What up, people? Welcome to another episode of Social Moments. So, about a month ago, I sat here and told you people this. A show was slated last night in the USA, and Kizz Daniel fucked up. Well, he's done it again, and this time, Kizz Daniel is in some deep shit. But with how it went viral, along with his Buga song, and how people were shouting at him, and his reputation, his name was being muddied, you would think, he would learn something. If such a mistake was going to happen again, it wouldn't be so soon. Maybe some years later, we will hear he's done another one. But nope. Just a month into the incident in the United States, he's done another one in Tanzania. And these two are not like the first of his kind. He's been doing it like years back, according to people who've been following him for a long time, even before this Buga blow up. He's been doing it, but he's been getting away with it. Mostly, he's scheduled for a show. He arrives late, like the United States one. He arrived late, 4 to 5 hours late, and on top of that, also gives a shoddy performance, take his money and leave a lot of fans disappointed and wanting a refund. This time, Tanzanians decided they don't want none of that. He was slated to perform on August 7th, which is yesterday. Booked and sold out. He did not show up, but he was in the country. That's where the weird part is. He was actually in Tanzania, but didn't show up for his concert. It seems like Kizz Daniel has a problem with time management or something, because he has been arrested, which obviously means he's in the country of Tanzania, right? So how come he didn't perform? Apparently, just like other concerts, he showed up late or was already in his hotel and decided to make the people wait or whatever. But unlike the people in the United States and other people that came before, who became victims of his lateness and this kind of attitude, Tanzanian people decided to have none of it. So he has been arrested. He was seen being hauled into a police car with some officers sitting on the back and somebody shouting his name and telling him he will pay for it.
Kizz Daniel, you going for it? You going for it? You cause the damage to this country. You must go in for it.
I don't know if his arrest is the worst thing that happens, or concert goers destroying the venue. So he didn't show up. The people got angry and decided to thrash the place to at least get a good measure or their money's worth. I don't know, by destroying the place, expressing their anger at Kizz Daniel for not showing up for the concerts they paid him to perform. Possibly he's gonna have to pay for a refund. I do kind of feel sorry for him, because just a few days ahead he was in Uganda giving the performance of his life.
Uganda, are you ready for the biggest song? Yes, I love it.
Hold on, what's the song drop?
So, it could be that after the Ugandan show, he didn't have enough time to fly to Tanzania and perform, or, he was exhausted or something. Like, it's not fault to go on tours. This Buga thing has been doing well. His music career has been shooting up to the skies, even without the tours. So if you can't make time for your fans on tours, why stress yourself and ruin your own reputation? And if you're gonna go on tours, it's not forced to do it consecutively every day. This day you are in Ghana, tomorrow you're in Nigeria, the next day you're in South Africa. It's not forced. If you want, it could be like a weekly thing, right? Like you perform in one country this week and you perform in another next week, to give you enough time to rest and prepare and everything. And I think, when it comes out of this, that should be the way forward, to avoid some of these things, because there's such a thing as flight delay. There's such a thing as unforeseeable circumstances that could have delayed him. And when the intervals or timeline between concerts are a day or two, it can really screw up the timeline. A lot of things can go wrong within that timeline that will make him fail his fans. So, I was gonna blame him, just like other people are doing, but I saw that he performed in Uganda only a few days ago, and that was a hell of a concert. So maybe the exhaustion and everything got to him that he came to Tanzania late. So, from onwards, if I was him, give yourself a week space between concerts so that you have enough time to go to his fans in various countries and not show up being a flop, getting arrested and people destroying the event. But it seems like everything boils down to his team, his management, himself. And I wasn't the only one who got that idea, because going on Twitter, somebody said, at Shako says, at Kizz Daniel, your PR is so poor and it's going to affect you. Your songs is in range of Wizkid and Davido, but your PR makes you low to their level. Like I said, if you don't have time to perform days after days after days in different countries, get your team, your people to space it out. So, he wouldn't be burdened with jumping from this country to that country to perform. Chuck says, it be like violence they run through these people's blood, or even women they threw bottles, right? This was crazy. And Daniel Riga says, Kizz Daniel was wrong for not showing up, but fans destroyed the venue. Not case, and arresting him for that makes no sense. The organizers should have asked for a refund and money to pay for the damage if it comes to that, instead of arresting him. This sends a wrong message to foreigners. I don't know. I mean, surely they cannot charge him with the fans destroying the venue. I don't know if they can charge him with that. I don't know if they're going to charge him with that. Because, he did not show up, and if he has to pay for any damages, that will be refund of the concert goers. Because, he took their money and told them he was going to give them a show and did not show up. So if he has to pay for anything, I believe it's a refund for them. So I don't know if he's going to be forced to pay. I don't know how the law works regarding these things. I don't know what contract he signed regarding this concert. But I don't believe he's going to be forced to pay for the damages the concert goers caused. Patriot says, this guy just disgraced Nigeria. Cham the boy says, it doesn't make sense. He's in the country already. So what happened? Exactly. I don't know if maybe he arrived late, maybe he arrived exhausted and decided to wait a couple of minutes, 4 to 5 hours like the United States one before he comes to perform. It could have been anything, but on this note, if he comes out of this and it doesn't teach him anything about time management and to do better,